What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to Floppy Drop on a Tuesday for last week, not this week. I think MG or someone usually refers to this as the Wednesday Thursday show or the Thursday Wednesday show. Well, this week it's the Tuesday Wednesday show for last week's Wednesday because craziness has ensued. But no, we didn't get to do this last week because I didn't have power because we got pelted with storms and we were swimming from one place to the next. And then this weekend we had some Father's Day festivities, but we are here to cover it for you this week. That way you can get our thoughts on the books that came out last week. Because I'm sure we have, honestly, last week's books weren't that bad.
No, last week was a pretty solid week, I would argue.
Yeah, I can't complain. So, but as always, I've got my main man, Drewski, a.k.a. Dolan, a.k.a. Heavy D, a.k.a. I Write Comics, and have too many names.
According to Wes, a.k.a. the best chest hair in comics.
The best chest hair in comics. Wait, when did he say that? Because I missed that.
Oh, you didn't see the video Wes put up today? The reflecting on Dallas?
No, okay. I've literally done nothing but work.
So he had a lot of fun memories. He had some fun things to say about you and Max.
Oh Lord.
But he was talking about me about my chest hair. He said it was pretty impressive. Just so just like a very Magnum PI. He's pretty jealous of it. Like,
oh God, straight. I'm gonna have to watch it after the stream now. Oh man, I didn't even realize. When I tell you I've done nothing but deal with work today, I got up on the way to work. I was dealing with work. I had work all day, which some of you know the chaos going on there, and then the entire way home on the phone about work stuff. Got home, I'm feeding the dogs and trying to eat, and I'm texting so I can eat, and then I'm on the phone again, and then you're like, hey dude, can you send the link? And I'm like, son of a bitch. Yes, give me a second. I totally forgot to do that. So yes, apologies for being late. I have to prioritize day job from time to time, and unfortunately today is one of those days. Yeah. But no, I'm excited to talk about the books that we're going to cover because, again, I thought it was a pretty solid week last week. The only thing I didn't really read that I probably should have read was the Marvel Pride, and I just didn't have it in me to do it.
It's made for you, Josh.
I know, yeah. I heard that it's not as bad as DC's, but DC's put such a bad taste in my mouth that I couldn't bring myself to do it.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. Before we kind of get into things for tonight, Drewski, I think you're going somewhere this week, correct?
That is correct. Thursday, the Thursday, I will be heading toward Viva Las Vegas for Amazing Comic Con. I'll be there with Marat Michaels, Terry Sala, Dietrich Smith, Ryan Kincaid, and the other Counterpoint Comics team. We'll be there signing comics. Well, I'll be there. There's a private event, Do You Poo event Saturday night. I'll be there. Apparently, this is a big deal. I did not know about this. People are spending big money to go to this private event, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be my first time going to one of these, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But it should be a great time.
Yeah, when we were in Dallas, we hopped into, was it Zeus Comics?
Yeah.
Yeah. And even the guy working there, we mentioned, because you were picking up some issues of Warner Blood that they had in stock. So you grabbed those, and he asked you, oh, are you really into the series? And you were like, oh, I actually wrote that series. And then when he saw your name, he knew who you were because he made the comment. He's like, oh, how did this get started? So you were explaining it. And then he was like, yeah, and then now you're doing stuff with Marat Michaels. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Cool beans. So yeah, I think Marat's got just a massive following that maybe isn't as well known.
Correct. Here's the thing with Marat. He's been there from the very beginning with Image. People don't really realize that he wasn't one of the founders. He was with Rob. He was with him when they started, and he's with Rob. He was with Rob before that. He was with Rob working on New Mutants and X-Force with them, and Marat has been in the game for a very, very, very long time, and he makes a solid living doing his Do You Poo covers. He's done Naughty and Nice. He's got his Harley Quinn knockoff. He does Harley Finn, and he's got other properties we're going to be working on. We're going to be doing soon. We can talk about him now. We're doing Reign of Vengeance, Pray for the Sinner, Counterpoint Lethal Ladies, bringing back Blindside. We got all this stuff coming up in the next year or so. All these big books we've been working on, and it's going to be very, very exciting. And apparently, working with me has really reinvigorated him into being really creative again with a lot of these stories.
Nice. That is awesome. Speaking of stories, I do believe you have a little Kickstarter going on that hit its goal, if I'm not mistaken.
You are not mistaken. That is absolutely 100% correct. We hit our goal, I believe, last week.
Yeah, it was like 5 days in. So you got there in less than a week, man. That's something to be excited about.
It's very exciting, and I couldn't be happier. I mean, I could be a little happier. You can always be happier, but I'm very happy we hit our goal. I would love to keep doing more. I'd love to make more. I'd love to get more people involved with this. I'd love to get more people to check it out. So we've got a lot of people have checked out the campaign. I can be able to see the traffic. A lot of people have checked it out. They just haven't backed it yet. So I'm just wondering what the holdup is. They waiting for payday, waiting to the very end, just not interested.
Possibly. Possibly.
Yeah. But only 18 days to go, guys, and we've hit our goal. The book is 100% done. It's going straight to the printers. So we've set our deadline date of around October. That's the fit hits the Shan date in case printers go belly up and there's a last minute printing demand, in September, October. But if everything goes according to plan, they should all be in everyone's hands, hopefully by August or July. Oh, you're muted, Josh.
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Okay. Freaking StreamYard. Do you have any stretch goals listed yet, or no?
Yeah, there should all be listed. We've got. I think everyone's getting something now at the 5K mark, but we've got. I know we've got cards, stickers, bookmarks. We're gonna do. Yeah, there's plenty of stretch goals along the way.
Sweet.
And people love the tchotchkes.
If you haven't backed it yet, this guy right here, you need to make sure you get that backup issue of the Golem. It's totally worth it. Trust me. I wouldn't steer you wrong.
Yeah, I wouldn't steer you wrong either. And Aaron Sparrow wouldn't either because he's co-writing it with me. Well, it's co-written it with me. That book is already done. It is The Origin of the Golem. It is all beautifully illustrated in pen and ink by Vu Don. It's a 10-page story told in the style of EC Comics. And I wish we could share the video. I wish I could post the video on the campaign of Vu doing the cover because it is absolutely remarkable.
I meant to pull a video of that, and I that's my fault. I blanked. I was going to do that going into last Thursday, and then, no power. And then you mentioned it, and I was like, oh, crap, I was going to do that. We'll have to pull that for next week to show. I did find the stretch goal, so it looks like we hit the $5,000 mark, so trading cards would potentially be on their way. And then after that, we got bookmarks, magnets, stickers, mini prints, and then if we get to 25 and 30,000, we'll have to determine what those are. But
yes, we shall.
Yeah. Yes, we shall. But if you haven't backed the book, go back it and make sure you. I mean, a number of these covers are awesome, but make sure you go add that backup story that's the origin of the Golem on there. Again, totally worth it. And and then are you going to have any teasers or previews for this weekend at Vegas?
So we're doing something very unique, different, and not going to lie, it's going to get a little weird. Okay. We are doing a top secret cover purchase exclusive to the Vegas Comic-Con only. You've got to be there in Vegas to be able to get this cover. It's going to link you to a specific code to be able to get it.
Cool. Does it happen to be this cover here?
Why, yes, it does.
Oh, okay. That. And this is another cover by the pretty awesome JC Grande, right?
That is correct. This is actually the very first cover he did for us.
Oh heck, I don't even think I knew that. So yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, he did this back in, I think, November or December last year. He did this, and as soon as he turned this in, we're like, I'm keeping this guy working. So he did. We were kind of holding on to it. We're just trying to figure out what to do with it because we're like, it's kind of similar to Andrew Mangum's, but from a different angle. So we're like, how are we going to do this one? So we were like, you know what? We'll make it exclusive to the Amazing Comic Con, where you can only be there to get this.
Nice. Yeah, no, that's a great cover. It does remind me of Andrew Mangum's, but yeah, different perspective. And I do think it's perfect for the second issue because just the characters featured here, definitely your prominent characters kind of coming in with the second issue. So kudos. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Let's turn it to the comments and see who all we have with us tonight. So we've got Kaiser Jose coming in with a YouTube membership. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. It's always nice to have you on board. And let me find a little clippy clip for you, and I will give you. Let's go with Colossus. It's been a while since we've done him. Oh yeah. We love it. He actually came in. It's showing it twice, so I'm not really sure if you became 2 members. We'll figure that out. But Kaiser,
got 2 members.
Wow. I think this might have been what you were talking about. Y'all heard about Josh and Max's canoodling sessions in Dallas. Heard it from a very reliable source, Wes.
Yeah, Josh. You got to watch this video as soon as we're done.
I can't wait. I will say that every time Wes saw us, like we were coming and going together. So fair. It's a very fair comment. We have we've got Cajun Corey. Guys, I'm gonna struggle for my voice to get through this, but I'm gonna try my best. But Cajun Corey says I can confirm Kaiser. Cajun was there. And we have Zeke coming in with hope y'all have a good show. Can't watch live, but Val's hopefully watching. I'll listen on the road back from Fort Worth after pickleball. Heck yeah. Oh, pickleball, man. That's awesome. I don't play pickleball. I have friends that do. I should pick it up, but that's going on.
I remember it got huge during COVID, and there's actually pickleball facilities built here in Indianapolis dedicated to it.
Oh, yeah. No, I got a friend that he plays pickleball like pseudo professionally now. He does tournaments and wins money. So that's yeah. Like he'll go play a tournament, win a couple $1,000s. I'm like, God, that's not too shabby. So it's definitely picked up. We've got Jamin D in the house with a rock on. What's up, Jamin? How are you? And let's see who else we have in here. We've got the Bream. Eric Green's coming in with effing StreamYard. A good craftsman never blames his tools. I think it's my internet more than StreamYard. Sometimes if my internet starts dropping, it'll mute my mic because it's a jerk like that. And then we have the man himself, Zach's coming in with Sup Josh. What is up, Zach's? How are you, sir? Good to see you here. I've got to catch up on some of your streams as well. It's busy. But Drewski, are we ready to talk some? Oh, we got Michael Salami coming in. What's up, man? On X. Finally, we have someone commenting on X, but he reshared the stream, so I appreciate that. And we also have the day later. If only I had someone to look at me the way I heard
you.
Oh my gosh!
We almost have to watch this video now so you can hear what he had to say.
I might have to. How long is the video?
I think it's a 20, maybe a 20-minute video, but it goes by. He's got a lot to say. It's all pretty damn funny.
Hold on, let me see if I can see it. Oh, okay. Oh, he's got Gary on there. There we go. are there okay, I was looking to see if there are any things. I don't I don't know if we can go through the full. That's going to be an hour of just us going through that and laughing and commenting.
Yeah.
We might squeeze that in next time.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely have to check it out because now I'm curious. Oh man, I'm curious if Max knows. That's my real question. That's going to be hilarious. But that's awesome. I cannot wait to watch. I can't remember if I told you this, but like I mentioned that I was trying to keep a little bit of distance from some people because I had the con crud coming in and I wasn't sure if it was like allergies or crud or if it was
Mhm.
contagious or not. So I was trying to keep a little bit of a distance. And then I didn't really get a chance to like talk to Wes until Sunday. And I was talking to him and I was like, "Oh, hey man, are you like sick of the States yet?" And he's like, "No." I was like, "No, you've been on the road for over a week and you're not missing your bed." And he's like, "No, I'm good." And I was like, "Oh, that's good." I was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty much one of those guys that a week away from my bed, I'm just ready to be back in my bed." And Wes was like, "Yeah, I mean, I'm not a little bitch." So I was like, but he said it so fast, it just like instinct that he said it, and then he looked over real quick, like, "Oh God, how is he gonna take this?" Which I just started laughing, but I was like, "Dude, you got me good." So, but yeah. Um, oh shit. So Breen put it's a 30-minute video, 12 if you take out the Josh and PB stuff. Oh God. Here's what I'll do, guys. I will separately watch this and I'll record my reaction. How about that? And then I'll post it up because I've got to now at this point.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'll knock that out. But I don't want to take away like an hour tonight because I do want to go ahead and talk about some comics. Uh, get that out there. But yeah, good good times. I promise I'll get onto that video. Also, we have 68 people currently watching. 57 of you are on X. 11 of you are on YouTube. So if some of you X people want to come to the YouTube side, hit that like, hit that subscribe, share if you want to. I won't mind. Or comment from the X side too. I saw Michael Salami reposted, so I appreciate that. And yeah, but looking to this week's, I guess last week's releases. We already said pretty good week. I think I want to start with a little comic book called Conan. Drew, did you get to read
Okay.
Conan from last week?
Yeah, I did.
Excellent. Now I've got to try to bring it up over here. This is where.
There, not there, there, not there, there.
Why is it not bringing up the right one? Hold, please.
Da, da,
What a
da, da,
loser.
da, da. Da, 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 da,
Na, 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 na. It's not. I can't get the current one to come up. All right. While I'm trying to get this up, let's go ahead and talk about Conan because start of a new arc
Yep.
and new artist stepping in.
Yeah, and I am ecstatic for this new artist, Fernando Digiano, I think, something like that. He is he does a great job of emulating what Roberto del Toro was doing
Correct.
in his art. So that's nothing but positives there. And it's a fairly simple story. You know, yet Conan just finishing up an adventure. He's with a beautiful young lady, and they land in a village where everyone is eerily smiling and happy and welcoming. They got food and abundances, and Conan's like, something is slightly off. I don't know what's going on. And Conan, he shows her the Anvil of Crom one night, and but then after that, Conan takes a little adventure and discovers the true secrets of this town, and it's
Yes,
pretty fugly.
it is. Like it was one of those things that the entire time you're reading it, you're waiting for the other shoe to drop because you know something is coming.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, for me, there was a lot of good here. It kind of felt like a fresh step, and I feel like we needed a fresh step. But the art, man, I was really anytime I see a new artist on Conan, I get nervous.
Yes.
And then I started looking through, and it reminded me of Roberto De La Torre, and I was like, dude, this is. I'm not gonna say it's as good as him, but it's probably the best we've had on this book aside from him.
Yeah, I completely agree.
But I loved it. There are a couple of moments within the book too that I thought were, I mean, honestly, quite funny. So they're in the bar at that one point, or the pub, or whatever you want to call it, and they're all drinking. And I mean, you got Conan that's purposely not drinking because he doesn't trust these people. He senses that something is off.
Yeah.
And then at one point, there's a lady that he saves at the beginning of the issue, and she's like, "Oh, I need to repay you," and he's like, "Let's go." And then they do the
gives her the anvil of Crom. Yep.
Yeah, I think they may have pulled Conan from our little site, because it's not on here for us to preview like we normally do. So
fascinating.
Yeah, they might have ixnayed that. Not that we sell high seas or anything. We are classy people around here.
We're above that.
But you can see it here on League of Comics Geeks. You can see that it's getting a 4.4, so very positive. And then they have well, that's a fantastic cover too. Just
Dan Panosian killed it.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And I think he's doing a couple of covers coming up. So
yeah, good for him. It's good to see him doing more covers.
Oh, agreed. But yeah, that's one of those covers that like you'll see that on the book and you're like, oh yeah, I should definitely check that out. But super happy. And then the artist Fernando Dagnino.
Sure.
Dagnino.
Close enough.
Super happy with his work. And I'm excited to see what all they do. And then you've got what's shown here, Thothamon, but then the female version of him, his little, I guess, princess or queen. She kind of goes toe to toe with Conan, and she's got some powers. So but
it gets fun. Gets fun toward the end.
It definitely gets fun towards the end. So I would say this is definitely a recommend. I'm not sure if you would drop it in the bag or drop it in the bin.
Oh, dropping it. It's going in the bag. Yeah, AD baby, all day.
It's going in the bag. Oh yeah.
I want that.
Yep.
And we want that. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to our next comic, and I'm gonna pull up Transformers because, boy howdy,
woof,
was this a kick-ass issue?
Yes, it was.
So we're reaching the end of Daniel Warren Johnson's run. So this is issue number 21. There's another 3 issues left, but another intense, brutal, action-packed issue.
Yeah, it is, and we got all the different subplots going on here, and honestly, outside of the Megatron and Optimus stuff, which is obviously the most exciting and interesting stuff, I want to know more what's going on with Ultra Magnus in the U.S. Army. That's it's like we're only getting like a page or so of that. I'm like, what is going on here with Ultra Magnus? I want to know what the hell's going on. Are they turning him into a headmaster? What the hell's going on? But yeah, I love seeing the stuff that's going on with Cybertron, with the new Autobot that was created, and he's kind of like a little. He's turns into like a shaggin' wagon, which is pretty funny. But yeah, just the action going on here with the huge combiner Autobot.
Yep.
And Decepticons.
You're cutting out a little bit, Drewski.
It's like if that doesn't bring out the inner 8-year-old in you.
Drew, you there? I think we lost the Drewski.
Yeah, I'm here. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. You cut out a little bit. So.
Oh, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. No, you just cut out a little bit there for a second.
Okay, where did I cut out at?
You were talking about the. Oh shoot.
Okay.
I can't even think of what you said now. Sorry, you mentioned U.S. Army, and then after that, you're talking about the configuring of something.
The new Autobot that was created on Cybertron.
Yes.
How he's pretty much like he turns into a shaggin' wagon.
That's
Pretty
it.
cool.
That is it. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. But after that, it's like you get the combiner. Here we go. The huge combiner Autobots and Decepticons.
Yeah.
Like Devastator and the others just going at it with each other. If this doesn't bring out the inner 8-year-old in you, like eating Cocoa Puffs, watching Transformers like Saturday morning or after school, I don't know what will. Because like this, I felt like a seriously an 8-year-old again during this stuff. It was exciting.
Do you think Optimus Prime is going to survive through Daniel Warren Johnson's run?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But I think
it happened in the comics. It happened in the Marvel comics. So yeah, I would not be surprised if he pulls that card on us. He breaks our hearts.
Don't break my heart, man. No, I feel like this has really been hitting its stride lately. And I feel like it's a race to the finish. It's always been a high action book, but I mean, it's really just turned on the thrusters and like gone for it. So,
well, yeah, it's great because we only got 3 issues to go. It's
I know.
It's like, no, don't.
Yeah, I'm also curious to see how much of an ending, quote unquote, he gives his run. Like, will it feel satisfying but still open for other stories? Or I'm curious just to see what he does there, and I'll be really curious to see who picks up the book after him. Yeah,
that's what I'm very, very, very nervous and scared about, and it's just because I'm not gonna. If we hear something like Al Ewing takes over Transformers, I'm like, I'm out.
Oh no. Yeah, that'd be a hard out for me as well.
Because look, the minute I saw that he took over, he's doing Null on Venom 250. I'm like, fuck this, I am out.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about the one guy who's going to make an exciting villain boring, I guess Al Ewing is your guy.
Yeah. So you're not on Twitter, but we had the Comics Aficionados group, and Wes was like, "Oh, hearing they're gonna do a big announcement for Marvel that someone's coming back. I think it's Noel." And then he's like, "The question is, will it have Donny Cates or not?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm thinking no." And then it was like a few hours later or the next day, and then they announced, "Oh, Noel is returning," and they announced the creators. And then Wes was like, "Nope, just Noel, no Donny Cates." I was like, "Yeah, that's unfortunate." I mean, yeah. I understand, but it's unfortunate because he would do a good job with the character.
Yeah, because I mean, he really Donny Cates more or less. I don't want to say created the character, but he fleshed out the character. He really did a great job making him who he was. And you're letting this guy. I mean, I'm not trying to knock Al Ewing. From what I understand, he is a great idea guy. He can pitch the hell of a story. He can pitch a story to, an amazing story. But when it comes to execution of it, telling an exciting story, he fails hard. And so I'm sure he probably pitched an exciting Null story, but I'm sure it's going to be boring as shit. And I think you'd probably be more excited watching a dog crap in your backyard than reading that comic.
I want to know what happened to the Al Ewing that wrote those first like 2 trades of the Immortal Hulk. Like, who really wrote that? Because nothing else he's done has even come close to comparing to that for me.
No, it hasn't.
So I don't know what's going on there. But anyways, Transformers, great book. If you're not reading it, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. Right. Oh, I just reminded me after this page. That arm's it's like Crispin Glover in the Hot Tub Time Machine. That arm's coming off. You're losing that arm.
I was gonna say I think this is an awesome page in general, but you come down and it's so no, it's a fantastic issue. I can't say enough about it. So go check it out. If you haven't been reading, I was gonna say the trades. They've started releasing the trades already. And they've done the regular trades, but then they have the hardback collections that are, I think,
yes, they do
the equivalent of 3 trades. So
that's 3 trades.
Yeah. So that's worth getting on your own. But
and you can get 2 versions of it. You can an Autobot or a Decepticon version of it. It's like, oh, you motherfuckers!
Oh, you mother truckers coming up in here with your nonsense. Let's go ahead and see what the good old folks in the comments are saying. We've got Salty Traveling C in the house with Damn It, Josh. That was when I was clearly struggling to find Conan, which isn't on, RFCL. So, whoops.
I wonder if Titan's nixed that. I wonder if Titan's done something.
If they did, good for them. That's honestly all I'm gonna say. I remember there's a point in time I was still with Batman News at the time, and I had reached out because there were YouTube channels that were posting comics like the day that it would be Wednesday morning, like 7:30, 8 a.m. Central Time, and I could go on these channels, and the new comics for that day were already posted. And it was just videos. It was like 20, 30-minute videos, but it would slowly just pan the page so you could read the entire
shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the big books like Batman, Spider-Man, X-Men, stuff like that, they were getting hundreds of thousands of views within the week. So
wow.
I'd sent it to, I'm going to say his name because I don't give a shit. I sent it to Clark Poole, who's the head publicist, PR, whatever, for DC, and it's like, hey, like, just FYI, these channels are out here. You guys might want to do something about that. And he was like, yeah, we're not worried about it. And I'm like, did you not see that your like Batman number whatever has like 300 and something thousand views within like 4 days, dude? What do you mean you're not worried about it? So I was like, whatever. So of all people, I actually reached out to Jimmy Palmiotti and was like, hey, I tried reaching out to Clark. Clark didn't seem to care. Sending this to you. And Jimmy's like, don't worry, I'm on it. Within like 2 days, every single one of those channels were gone.
Wow.
I was like, oh, good job, Jimmy. So I don't know.
Could you not be it's like it just that as a business, when that's your livelihood, sales, people pirating. It's like, what?
Yeah, I mean, look, if it were getting like 30 views, but when I tell you that the Batman comic had 300 and something thousand views within 4 days, I'm like, man, if you had a fraction of people actually buying this, your sales would be exponentially better. So, yeah. We also have Nadia in the house coming in with, hey, nerds. Hey, Nadia. How are you, my dear? We've got a fun stream planned, I think, for the end of July. Is it June, July? It's end of one of these months. But we're going to be discussing some horror films, so I'm looking forward to that. Horror. Yes, we've got Cannoli Sasquatch in the house coming in with hello everyone. What's up, Cannoli? How are you, sir? Good to see you here. Give Sassy a big hug and a big kiss, and let her know that I miss her on Sundays. But I understand that I miss her. But I understand.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Salty saying, got that Panosian foil, sexy AF. Listen, I may or may not have said, I feel a certain kind of way looking at that cover. It's just a badass cover. So that should be the goal. If you're going to do just a dude standing on a cover, that goal's right there. Make it look like that. Cannoli did say, okay, I'm currently on a comic book buying hiatus. I really need to catch up on my reading, but I will definitely get back to buying more stuff soon. Honestly, this might be one of those things where you just take notes of what we say and wait for the trades, because you've got plenty. You've got like 30 omnibus you need to read. So, yeah. And then Salty is coming in with hit that like button like Josh does the White Claw and the Bachelor marathons. I think I've maybe had a White Claw once in my life, if that. And I have never watched The Bachelor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm not a bachelorette.
Even on the Wings of Love. Never watched that with the pilot that season?
Oh, I remember the ads for that guy, the pilot guy.
Yeah.
I do remember, because I lived in California at the time. I do remember that, but I don't know. I'm my old boss, my direct boss from my corporate job that I couldn't stand. Her life goal was to be on The Bachelor, and I would always say, man. I would literally go, man, that's sad.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I think I told you guys, there is a YouTube channel where they have uploaded all the old Joel McHale, The Soup episodes in order.
Oh.
So it is, I have had a blast going back through those, and they're talking about like episodes of The Bachelor and everything else. I'm just laughing my ass off at some of these people.
That has to be like where my knowledge of some Bachelor things come from. because
same.
I don't know much, but I used to watch the soup religiously. Dunka-doo balls.
Oh,
Yeah, good. I missed
or
that show. That
Spaghetti
was
Cat.
fantastic. Yeah. And they had the one that like, this is for the kids or whatever, and it was like the Play-Doh, and they're like, "Mommy, help!"
Yeah.
Because it
Yeah.
clearly
What
was.
are the kids watching? Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah. Gosh,
Yeah.
I gotta.
Let's talk
You're gonna
about
have to
chicks,
send me that
man.
channel.
Chicks,
Let's talk about
yeah.
chicks, man. Chicks, man.
Man.
I love it. But yes, hit that like button. We now have 103 people watching.
Woo!
90 of you are on X, so thank you.
And if you're on X, go check out Unholy Nightmare on Kickstarter. I'm talking to all you guys on the Kickstarters.
Jace,
On the Twitters.
On the Twitters. Go check it out. I'll post it over on that Twitter side too, the link. We have the day later coming in with inner 8-year-old. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, indeed. Very much so. Oh crap, it just jumped on me. We do have Keely Chow coming in with, hey everybody, hello Keely Chow. And the Comic Crusader, Max, the man of the hour is in the chat. Better wrap all this stuff up quick in 3 issues. Referring to Transformers, yes. Also, Max, if you're listening, apparently Wes dropped a video today, and he talks about us in it, and we're getting some good love and some good teasing. So, I don't know. I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna end up recording a reaction to watching it because I'm really curious. But I'll have to post that later on the channel. Let's see. Kaiser Jose put, I think Philip Kennedy Johnson can do a good job. What would you think about Philip Kennedy Johnson on Transformers?
I don't know. I that's one where I really don't know what he could do. I mean maybe. I mean, to be honest with you, the one guy I would love to see on Transformers, I think he's earned it. He deserves it. Give him another shot at Skybound. Eric Burnham. I think Eric Burnham has earned it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely worth checking out.
Or Ryan Parrott. Ryan Parrott's another one. I think.
Oh, he'd be great. Dude, Ryan Parrott, man, I'm just waiting for. I would actually love for Titan to scoop him up. So, get him before Marvel or DC. I mean, I'd love to see him on some Marvel and DC stuff. I just don't know if he's going to get to do as well as he can do with the editors over there. So, would love to see Titan work with him, or not Titan, but Image. Sorry.
Yeah.
We do have Kaiser Jose coming in with, have you ever watched Flavor of Love, though? Of course, man. Like, I remember the Surreal Life, which is what led to Flavor of Love, and then also led to things like, what was the Rock of Love?
Love of Ray J.
God.
There was the Bret Michaels one.
I think that was the Rock of Love one. Okay,
Rock of Love, that was him. Yeah.
I've got
but
stories.
It's just so funny, Josh, because when you talk about watching The Soup, and I'm seeing all of these dating reality shows, I'm like, I completely forgot about this one. Or I had no clue about this one. It'd be like one of them. Some of them would be some random girl that Bret Michaels didn't get with that got a dating show on VH1. It's like,
it's Megan Mills. Megan Marries a Millionaire. So I have a story about that show. There was a contestant that was on Megan Marries a Millionaire that would come into my store when I had a store in Century City and would flash my female employees. And this guy was kind of an older guy. He wasn't the most like best looking guy. But one of my female employees has no shame, and she dealt with him perfectly. So it was a few months after that we realized, he's this douchebag's on Megan Mills Marries a Millionaire. And then that show got canceled because one of the contestants like murdered his wife or ex-wife. That so much drama there. So I was like, oof. And then Ray J actually came into my store once.
No shit.
It was around the time he had his show, and he walked in with the best like Crip walk swagger. That's the only thing I can think of calling it. But he was like straight up just overdoing it. And I was like, hey man, how's it going? And he goes, yo, what up, cuz? And he said it It's like, yo, what up, cuz? And I had a lady named Phyllis that was a black lady in her 50s that worked with me. And she looked at him as he said that. And she goes, don't do that. You make us look bad. Don't do that. Oh, God. So,
Oh my God, that's
fun times in
hilarious.
Century City.
I
But,
love it.
yeah. But I do remember this one too, Beauty and the Geek. I remember hearing about it, but I don't think I remember anything from it. So and yes, his pimp walk was strong and so
I'm sure you watch
over-exaggerated.
the Scoop. You're gonna it's good.
What?
I'm sure if you rewatch the Soup, you're gonna get a lot of memories watching a lot of these shows. It's like, holy crap!
Oh, I'm
I
sure.
completely forgot Cindy Margolis had a show.
Oh yeah. Good times. I wish they'd bring the
Remember
suit back
Tila
with
Tequila?
ponytail.
Remember that train wreck? Oh my God,
Dude, I do remember Tila Tequila because one of my employees, Tila Tequila, had some type of fan event type thing, and one of my employees won that. So Kim was like with her for that fan event. Kim was the luckiest person ever. She kept like applying to be at these fan events, and she kept winning. Because she had that, and then Ashley Simpson had a thing back when she had her show, and she won like a day with Ashley Simpson.
Was that before Ashley had her Saturday Night Live
yes
screw up?
I'm pretty sure it was before, because she kind of disappeared after the screw up. Like she didn't really. This I'm wanting to say this was back in like the first album days, leading into the second album.
Okay.
So, but yeah, craziness. Crazy. Well, let's get back to some comics. Back to comics. That was a fun segue, though. Did you happen to read any Marvel comics this week, Drewski?
Let me look at the League of Comic Geeks. I'm fairly certain I did.
Did you happen to read a giant size X-Men Dark Phoenix saga?
I got halfway through it, and I got to a certain page, and I texted you guys my response, and I was done.
This was awful.
Screw
That's
these
all
guys.
I can say.
Screw them.
I don't know. So we've got this new giant size X-Men series going on, written by Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly, where they're taking like key moments from X-Men lore, and they're now inserting Kamala in there. And it's to say it's a half-assed. Go ahead.
Look, this pisses me off because they came out and said, like, initially before this even came out, like, oh yeah, we're not changing history at all, and everything is kind of the same. It's like bull fucking shit. It is. You are putting in this square peg into a round fucking hole, trying to make her important, going as far back as you can. That she's always been important to these stories. Bull fucking shit. It will not happen. It will never happen. Stop selling us this character. Stop. Get help.
Yeah, so this page is where I was like, oh God, here we go.
This is where I pretty much send you guys an expletive text.
Yeah, I look, this whole, even the dialogue, Miss Gray, I know you want to like kill all your loved ones and go eat a billion suns, but there's something really wrong with the time stream. Like, oh God. It's just so bad. And it doesn't get better. Like, it just continues the whole way through. I will say that I didn't mind the art though.
No, the art was fine. I'll just say it's just fine. It's like a step above Phil Noto. I'll say that.
Yes.
A talented Phil Noto. There we go. If Phil Noto were actually talented, and tried. So yeah, this is what you get. And yeah, he's not bad. But just at the end of the day, all you're doing here is you're rewriting X-Men history to fit this character into it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It just was not good. And I'm curious to see what our folks, our good friends over at League of Comics Geeks thought of this, because I'm willing to bet that they probably gave this some resounding scores. Let me
All I gotta say is if Kyle and I were still doing our live show, I would have ripped the shit out of this. I would have ripped this in a million pieces. It's just
I will say,
I'm sure Colin Kelly and Jackson Lindsay are nice guys, but
Yeah.
honestly, I don't know how I could have said if I ever saw them be like, "What the fuck, guys? Seriously,
look,
what the fuck?"
there are plenty of people. So I've never really interacted with Colin. I've interacted with Jackson before, and he seemed like just a wonderful person, right? But a good writer is not like being a wonderful person does not make you a good writer. And God, this is only the second issue of 5 they're doing. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it feels like it's been an eternity.
Oh my God. Yeah. I will say that the overall score is a 3.3 mix, so that's a little surprising.
That's good. That's a good sign, in my opinion.
We do
1 star. Holy crap!
Oh yeah, it's all in Spanish though, so there's no telling what Dave D is saying there. But I'm with you, Dave D. 1 star is indeed spot on. You do have a 5-star here. Lunar Libby says, I was scared and skeptical before reading this. I've not been a fan of Kamala getting inserted into the mutant family and didn't want her to take over the Dark Phoenix saga. After reading Giant Size X-Men, I felt this miniseries was going to be a mess. However, I think this issue really helped clean up the threads we started to explore in Giant Size X-Men. It's a longer review. I don't know how much she actually puts here. But, oh yeah, she talks about how they can tell that they're trying to synergize the MCU, which honestly, not a smart thing to do right now. Just gonna put that out there. I think people are trying to get away from it. We've seen with the Thunderbolts box office, like despite being a decent film and getting good word of mouth and even doing the name change, people didn't go see it.
Second lowest grossing, right behind Hulk.
I think it's behind the Marvels, right?
Oh, the Marvels. Okay.
Yeah. The Marvels was bad. That did bad at the box office. Oh God, another 5-star. Oh, and she refers to Jean as Genix, Jean Phoenix as Genix. You know what? I can't read that just based on that alone. That makes me want to cry. Anyone that calls Jean/Phoenix Genix does not deserve to be able to leave reviews. But not a ton of. Oh, there's a 0 store.
Whoa!
Hey, the backup is terrible. The main story is not as successful as the first of this miniseries, which surprised me by being actually all right. The premise becomes more tortured. They should have just stuck with doing 1 major DPS beat, not 2. Great art, of course. Yeah, again, art was fine. That wasn't as mean as I thought it was going to be.
No.
Yeah, surprised that I'm not seeing at least a few. There's a lot of 1 stars here.
Yeah.
When you're getting this on League of Comic Geeks, that tells you that's
lets not
you know.
Good. Yeah, that is not good.
Look at Ghost, dear Marvel, you suck. Do better. Sincerely, everyone. Oh my God.
Oh, love it. That's a featured discussion. I love it.
That is my favorite. Oh my God, that's great. But yeah, that was a major letdown. I did not like that book one bit. So I'm dropping that in the bin, dude. I'm just gonna be honest. Same to you. You throwing it in the bin?
Oh yeah, it's going in the bin. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
cool.
Come on, that's a foregone conclusion.
Actually,
Jesus.
I think this is just a shitty book. So we'll go with
Why
that.
does somebody not know how to flush the toilet after they've had a shit?
What do you mean?
Well, it was fucking one of yous. Disgusting!
Womp womp womp.
I mean, look, after this, clearly this is not working. I mean, what else can they do after this? Because they're going to do whatever the hell that they fucking can to try to sell this damn character. What can they do after this, really? What else can they do?
You know, I think the problem is, and here's the thing. The very first Kamala Khan book that came out was perfectly fine. The one that G. Willow Wilson wrote, it wasn't bad. It wasn't amazing. But they also weren't trying to make her like the it thing. They weren't trying to like push her as the best character ever. It was just a character that got powers, and it was kind of like a coming of age story. Had they taken just plenty of time to let her just serve as a supporting character, I think more people would be willing to see her try to step up. But instead, you've had 10 years of them just trying to shove her down our throats and be like, oh, like, you want this, you want this. No, I don't. So I think a lot of times it's just a matter of like, let your character take time. Like it's okay to let your character develop over the course of a couple of years. So
Yeah.
And they didn't do that.
I
Not
mean,
well
can you
anyways.
imagine if Marvel tried to do that with Squirrel Girl back in the 80s? They tried to put her in
Dude.
every single damn book back in the day.
Yeah, I mean,
I know they
even
tried to with Speedball. I know that they had
yeah,
Speedball, but like that didn't take too well.
mm-mm. Like you can typically tell how fans react to a character, and that'll give you an idea of whether to push or not. But even when you have popular characters, sometimes they still push them too fast to become solo, and they haven't necessarily earned that yet. So I'm a full believer. If you had made Kamala a mutant and gone to like the Kitty Pryde or Jubilee route and had her be the new one trying to figure things out and not being like the it girl and oh, I can save everyone and I can stop Phoenix, and I think this would have actually turned out better for her. Not this story, but just in general, her publication
Yeah,
history.
just go back to just having her fisting things. You know, she's good at
Yeah,
fisting.
oh yeah.
So
Look,
just
I
have her go back to
also
fisting.
this might be a hot take, but if you were going to take anything from the TV show or the MCU, I would take the fact that her powers are a little different. Because her embiggening that she does in the comics just to me is too much like Reed Richards, and it,
Yeah, fisting. Yeah,
I don't think it's that crazy. It's not exciting to me. So
I guess if you're a certain demographic, you may be into the fisting, but yeah.
Oh yeah, we don't talk about those folks around here. That'll get me canceled from Twitter again. I do want to go ahead and pull up the next book that I want to talk about because I'm really curious to hear your thoughts on this. But it is The Death of Silver Surfer. Did you read this?
Unfortunately, I did.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say first off, I actually love this cover.
Yeah.
It's a pretty striking cover.
Yes, it is.
And that made me excited. I saw it and I was like, "Oh, this looks like it could be decent." Shame on me. But then I saw that Greg Pak was writing, and I was like, "Oh, okay, so it might be okay."
You know, so this issue starts off in a very interesting way, and starts off in a very cool way. It's all the artist in this kicks ass.
Agreed.
His first several pages. And like all this, I am completely on board with. I completely dig it. He's seeing a guy who's dying, and he's kind of comparing it to being on the cusp of a black hole, or I guess for it. I forget. This is what, a week ago, or just where his soul is going, or he's comparing it to an event. But after we get through the event horizon and the black hole, we're overlooking this massive, cool, kick-ass battle, and I'll let you catch up to it. But yeah, you can see he's very poetic, talking about life and black holes, fragile it is, letting go of life, death. It's like, okay, cool, Jaffiel, I'm down with this. Thinking about he's with the guy as he passes, through the void. Like,
I was gonna say just real quick, I love this page.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit, Greg Pak is bringing it. I love it.
I agree. I completely agree. We've got all this going on. Oh, here's the battle.
Boom, look at this. I'm like, fuck yes, man. I am on board for this. It's gonna be a kick-ass Silver Surfer story. And then we get this.
Oh, Killico.
And then I say, fuck my life. And I'm just like, Greg Pak, you want to talk about someone who just cannot help but shoot himself in the foot over and over and over and over again. You have a great thing here going, and then you just shoot your fucking foot.
Yeah, we've got roughly 9 pages, probably like 6 to 7 once you take out the credits pages and stuff at the beginning. You reading that, you're like, damn, this is going to be a freaking banger of a book. Yeah. And then you immediately turn to this page, and I remember just looking at it and going, oh no. And then I started reading, and I was like, oh, fuck, why? So if you can't read this, you got the grandmother or the mother, I don't know. and Kelly Coe, who's this like militant, futuristic looking person over here. But the
I have
grandmother
no
goes,
clue who this is. So bear in mind, like we're reading a Silver Surfer book, and I have no clue who these characters are.
yeah, they're brand new characters. They don't. I googled to be safe, but Kelly Coe was introduced in this book, in this book right here.
Okay.
But you've got the mother / grandmother, whatever she is, going, okay, Kelly, 4 letters meaning charisma, starting with R, and she's like, Ma, no, and she goes, it's Riz. Did you know that? Don't say Riz, Ma. Are you going to have a Minty Bee, which is a mental breakdown? I had to Google what freaking Minty Bee meant. And then I was like, I hate this book. Like, how did I go from being, this is going to be a banger of a book to I want to burn it? Like, I can't.
In one page, fucking page. It's like you have 8 pages prior. Like you said, it's just, this is going to be fucking amazing. And it's like, this is the same book? What the hell happened?
And if you're wondering, like, oh, guys, you're being over dramatic, isn't it just like you're just complaining about one page? It just continues. It becomes very clear that this is going to be the Kelly Coe.
Oh, you're muted, Josh. No, still can't hear you.
Hello, can you hear me now?
There we go. Good.
So anyways, as I was saying before I was rudely cut off by my internet, it's very clear this is going to be the Kelly Coe show. And you've got all this crappy dialogue, like the be safe, never, be good, not good, Ma, the best. You come over here, you got the whole thing like, oh, I was going to go with you or send you back up. And she's like, hell no. And then you got this robot that's like, oh, didn't think so. I didn't call any. It's just, very much the Kelly Coe show. She comes in.
Yeah, it's just like, you bear in mind, this is a Silver Surfer comic. This is called The Death of Silver Surfer. Yep. And you're on page 14 or so, and I'm just like, what happened to Silver Surfer? This was a Silver Surfer. You're going to have Silver Surfer in your Silver Surfer comic, right?
Right? Yeah. So you can see here more. Oh, there's Silver Surfer on a screen as she's with her boss, who also makes a point to tell her that she's the bestest ever. They didn't say the bestest ever, but they gave some. Here it is. Okay, the great Kelly Coe, top of your shield class, most decorated sword agent of the decade, and now undeniably the greatest ban. I don't know what ban is. Ban operative in the agency's history. But you also graduated summa cum laude with a history degree from Empire State University. And then she's like, with a minor in economics. Exactly. Money.
Can you validate any harder than this book just did and like not even a page? My God.
But yeah, it just keeps going. And I was like, damn it, like, why? One, you shouldn't have this is very clearly a bait and switch. Okay, so finally on page 18 we get back to Silver Surfer, but it's not us getting back to his story. It's Kelly Coe coming, so it's still about like, Kelly Coe.
Yeah, I want to know what happened to the fucking battle. And like, I want to, if I'm not gonna lie, Josh, if the rest of the issue had been double splashes of the Silver Surfer going through that battlefield, laying people out, trying to save people or whatever, I'm like, this is gonna be fucking amazing, probably the best book of the year. And like, Greg, what the fuck is wrong with you? It just, where was the editor? Where's the editor to say, like, Greg, no, you're not doing this?
Yeah. And you might be going, look, guys, she got Silver Surfer got one up on her. What are you complaining about? Yeah, no, she didn't. She played him and he fell for it, and now he's dying, but not really, but kind of, but not really. I was so pissed off by this point that I just couldn't care about this book anymore. And I was mad at those first 9 pages because they were great. So to get this fantastic. Was bullshit. And the other thing too, it's like, well, I'm also like, why create a brand new character for this as well? Like, one, you shouldn't be upstaging your title character. But if you want to feature a character and you want to feature an Asian character, because I get it, that's what you're doing here. And if you want to make her female, like, why not take a character that already exists that doesn't really get a spotlight? Like, you could have used Melinda May, you could have used Daisy, like anything like that. Yeah, put somebody in here that actually has some relevance, so people might go, "Oh shit, we're getting this character, which isn't featured a lot in this book."
But I would have loved to have seen him and Sunfire go at it, go at it, and like it'd been fucking. But no, that requires creativity.
Yeah,
not pandering. This was all pandering, and
I mean, this felt like a copy and paste, and there's a reason I said Melinda May, but it felt like a copy and paste of Melinda May, which is a Shield agent. And then if you want to even go beyond that, Daisy Johnson Quake, like she was brought in originally in comics as like this, bestest ever.
I remember she was in that Secret Wars or the Secret, whatever the hell
Secret Wars is.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. And then here's what also pissed me off is you in this book, like, because she's trying to go after Silver Surfer, right? But you in this book of like, no, we're not going to go after him anymore. We're going to go after a different guy. So it's very clearly her book. And the next issue is going to focus on her going after Scar. One, who gives a fuck about Scar? And two, this is a fucking Silver Surfer book. What are we doing? So
yeah, I love the fact how he was so important that we didn't even see how he died in that Empire Invasion, whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah, maybe this is the answer. Maybe he's gonna die here, and it's gonna. Oh no, it's gonna let us know. So, I did not care for this book, which makes me sad because
this was angering and frustrating. That's what pissed me off, because this had a lot of potential. And
wrong. Oh yeah, no, I completely agree. I'm trying to see if there's any good reviews over here on League of Comics Geeks.
I don't know how you can defend this. I really don't know how anyone can defend this book.
Well, Thanos84 says, I don't get the negativity about this. This first issue is in no way bad. Silver Surfer is a character I always love to read about. The art is great. Greg Pak's writing is stellar as usual, and I feel intrigued to see where the story goes. Can't wait for the next issue. Notice it doesn't mention one thing about Kelly Coe, who's 3/4 of this book. Let's see if is there anything else here that might shed some light. What are we missing, Drew? That's the question. What do we not get? Let's see. I mean, even most of these scores are pretty mediocre. I do like this quote here. It's all right, I'm with you. I really liked that quote. I felt like that was impactful
me too.
Every time he said it. And this person says they love the first issue for the series. Really excited to see where it's going to go. They said they love the Silver Surfer character, so I'm excited to read more. Art was really well done. Beautiful space scenes. Yeah, again, it's people. It's almost like I feel like some of these people are just going to give it a positive score because they want more Silver Surfer, and I'm like, agreed, but let's actually get Silver Surfer in our book. So, none of the positive reviews mention Kelly Coe at all. So, well, I mean,
just because look, if I'm served a piece of pizza with a turd on top of it, it doesn't mean I want to have more of that. You know, I want to have a good piece of pizza without the turd on it. This is a pizza with a turd on it. You know, we deserve better than this.
Yeah,
I am pissed off by this comic. I would have ripped this in half because I mean, it's just one of those. It's so frustrating. I wish I was there in the production room to be able to see this come through and be like, Greg, wait, why are you putting this character here? What do they have to do with this? This is Silver Surfer's story. Why are you doing this?
Yeah. Well, Drewski, maybe we just don't get it because Hero93 gave this 5 stars and put the story highlights Silver Surfer with likeness of Mr. Manhattan from Watchmen, which I feel fits his persona. It's a slow start that feels like will ramp up quite quickly. actually, that's quiet quickly in the next issue. So not only is the grammar excellent, but their takes are excellent too. Yeah, this is
Wow.
bad. Oh god, look how contrived this. I mean, it's there a little bit, but even this 5-star crash hole, incredible exclamation point. I found the political angle on foreign intervention and immigration really interesting, but I'm obsessed with how art's composition mirrors the narrative symmetry between the surfer and Kelly. Bro, you know what? You need to go eat one of those turd pizzas Drew was just talking about. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's what you deserve. Yeah,
yeah,
that's what you enjoyed.
I did not like this book at all. I'm throwing it in the dumpster.
Same.
Yeah, cool.
I want people to remember up to that 9th page. We love this fucking comic.
Yep, it was. I would almost say near perfect. What?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's look to the comments real quick. So this is going back to X-Men, but Kaiser Jose put rip it, Drew. Rip it, Drew. Rip it.
Oh yeah.
And then we got Salty coming in with that 2018 agenda sure doesn't sell books. Let's do it again and again and again. Marvel Comics 2025. You're not wrong. Honestly, man, Marvel's at one of its lowest points that it's been in a while. Usually I can find a few takeaways, but the only positive things I've read from Marvel are just a few, maybe one or two of the miniseries that they've had recently. But Salty put she can use a big fist on herself. I mean enemies, yeah, pretty much. Oh, Kamala. And he also put, I only want to know if Silver Surfer went to prom. That's all I need. Prom in my superhero comp. Well, Salty, if we say it loud enough, Marvel might hear us, and you might get I can't even talk. Silver Surfer Goes to Prom, written by who would write
Cena
that?
Grace.
Oh
Cena
God.
Grace.
You know what? No, Marvel needs to steal Joanna Starr and bring her over. Let her stop writing the Harley fart comic. Let her stop writing Fire and Ice, and she can come over and she can write Silver Surfer Goes to Prom. So, oh gosh, quiet quickly equals 2 pump chump. Indeed, yeah. I was super disappointed, and I'm sad to say that because I was really.
Hey Josh, real quick, I'm going to pop out and pop back in. I think I'm going to have a little internet issue. Give me 1 second. I'm going to be right back. All right.
My internet's acting up too. What a hoe. I will get Drewski back in with us when he pops back in. Because the next book I want to cover is one that I really enjoyed, and I'll be curious to see if he liked it as much. Because sometimes with this type of stuff, we don't land with the same opinion. Wait, am I still muted? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? It's like the old cell phone commercials. Greetings and salutations, gents. Okay, I am good. Thank you. I was like just sitting here waiting, like, but let me get this pulled up. So one of the books that I really loved, it's the sun. We're taking on X 1.2 solar particle storm causing radio signal issues. True story. I believe it. That's wild. Yeah, it makes sense because my internet's been a little wonky and there's nothing else going on in my house right now. Also, while Drewski's out, we are at 115 people watching. 106 of you. Boom. I can count. Are on the Twitter side of things, the X side of things. So again, come to YouTube. Come say hello. But let me get my screen presented real quick, and I'll have to keep checking back for both Drew and make sure I'm not muted. But so we got Robin and Batman Jason Todd, issue number 1 out this week. And this is a follow-up to the previous Robin and Batman that was also by Jeff Lemire. And I'll go full screen for this for a second. That featured Dick Grayson. So this was a fun anthology book type thing with Jeff Lemire writing and Dustin Nguyen on art. And it was just kind of showing different points of Dick Grayson throughout his career as Robin, what made him Robin. And it was a really fun book. Each issue was kind of just a little bit different from the other. So you've got one where the Teen Titans are kind of getting brought together. But I like this because more than anything, it's a character study. So when I realized, welcome back, Drew. When I realized that, oh no.
Oh, love this issue. Loved it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. When I realized that they were doing this, and it looks like it's potentially gonna be of every Robin, I was like, "Oh, I'm on board, 100%." So you said you love this. What did you like about this issue, Drew?
Well, I love the fact how, I mean, I just saw you were talking a little bit about the first volume, is that we're getting the different, we're seeing how different each Robin is. And look, I mean, I understand if you've been reading comics for as long as we have, you have a good understanding of who Jason Todd is. But I would say that if you've never read like Under the Red Hood or read A Death in the Family or read anything involving Jason Todd, this is a fantastic jumping on point because you really understand who the character of Jason Todd is. You understand that, yes, this kid has problems. And 2, he has a lot of anger. And really separates him from Dick. You really see the differences between Dick and Jason here. You see Jason is capable, but Jason has an anger to him that's a much deeper and darker than Dick's. And just you can tell that he's got even Alfred tells Bruce, like, look, this, you probably should not have done this with this kid. This kid has issues that are much deeper than you thought, than either of us thought. He needs help. And I like that. And just Bruce was trying to fill a void that he needed with Robin, and Jason was the first kid he found, and it was a mistake. So I read this. This is like if you're going on a date with a girl, this is a bad rebound right here. This is a bad rebound.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
but
you know, I was just gonna kind of say what you were talking about too. Well, and I'll say this: a lot of these, a lot of current writers just write all the Robins as if they're kind of like the same person and interchangeable. And like Jason stands out a little bit because he's the bad boy, but everyone else they're kind of like, oh, they're all the same. It's Robin. So I really like seeing that Jeff Lemire is like, no, we're going back to what makes these characters different from one another. But that scene you're talking about where they're talking about there's just something wrong with Jason. You've got it kind of starting here where Bruce is telling him it's not about being perfect. And then, you know, Jason comes back with, yeah, well, learning could get me or you or some innocent killed. So he's coming back already pretty snappy for a kid. And, you know, Alfred gets him for not being respectful. But then when he storms off, that's where you get this conversation between the two. And it's just a great conversation of, you know, a father and son figure talking about a separate father and son figure. But he, you know, Alfred saying like, let him go, clearly needs some time to cool off. And then Bruce saying what he needs Alfred is, and then he doesn't know. The guy that typically has all the answers doesn't have the answer. And this is where you see Alfred kind of pondering that, you know, like maybe this is worse than what we have, or worse than you think. Because he put, yes, well, I promised you a long time ago that I'd only tell you the truth, Master Bruce. If I don't, who will? And then he says, that boy, there's just something not right. So
yeah, and it's kind of it's subtly hinted here that there may have been some abuse with Jason. There may have been some not saying a physical abuse, but maybe emotional and verbal abuse with Jason from his parents.
Oh yeah,
up, which
you get
led
these
to this. And
yep, you get these kind of flashbacks here of him having dreams, and it's revealing. It kind of really shapes who Jason is as a person to help you understand
A
kind of who he is
very,
today.
very damaged character. A very
Oh
damaged
yeah,
character.
you know. So I'm loving this. I think it's great. I especially love the end. I'm gonna jump ahead because
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
I felt like there was a moment where it felt a little. I was like, man, they're kind of being a little heavy-handed, and it looks like they're gonna have him like really crossing the line early. And I was like, I feel like we should wait for that. So you do. Bruce is trusting him to go after this guy, and then there's a lot going on here. Like he's trying to catch up and get payback for the villain that he's kind of thwarted him earlier. He then sees this guy's addicted to drugs. It reminds him of his parents. Um, Goes for him, and they kind of get into a fight. But we get to Bruce finally catching up with him. But what Bruce finds is this, and I was like, "Damn, why did they have to go here already?" Because I thought this was going to be him like saying like, "Oh, Batman, I didn't mean to," but instead he says, "I didn't mean to." And then he goes, "No." He's pretty much saying it wasn't me. And then boom, Wraith.
The Wraith. Love it.
Wraith.
You want to
Yeah.
talk about my favorite, one of my favorite, most underutilized villains in Batman's Rogues Gallery? It's the Wraith. I love this villain. They have not done enough with him, in my opinion. The few times he's popped up, they've been really damn good, especially in the '80s. The one one-parter, two-parter here, it's like an annual issue, is fantastic. Kind of see like he's like the opposite side of the coin of Batman. Yeah, I am digging this. Great cliffhanger. I cannot wait for the next chapter of this. This is a fantastic read.
Agreed. I'm a little shocked because over here on League of Comics Geeks, it's only got a 3.5 out of 5.
Seriously?
Yeah. I do not get.
Oh, Josh, you're muted.
Your browser has lost internet connection. Yeah. You know what? I blame the sun. Salty said it was the sun. Something's going on with the sun. What a hoe.
It's
the
stank
sun.
ass hoe.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I just based on that alone, like I'm over here going like, bro, Jeff Lemire gets it between the Dick Grayson book and then this one, like he gets it.
My God, 1 stars? What?
Oh man,
I'm wondering. I'm wondering if this is because of all the foreshadowing for the Red Hood stuff to come in the future. Maybe people are upset about that.
Yeah, I mean, even I disagree with this. This guy's saying I'm begging comic book writers to pick up a Batman book from the '80s. There's so many ways to make Jason Todd interesting and to hint at his future as Red Hood. But I mean, that's always kind of. I mean, so there's a point where it wasn't instilled that there was something wrong with him, right? But they've always had him be a little more brash than Dick. Yeah. Which is fair. It's fair to show as a child, you know, like and what this is doing is helping kind of show the deeper parts of that. Because even when he was first introduced and was like stealing the wheels off the Batmobile, like they kind of had him tied to crime. But it was a different time. So and then there is that one issue, and I can't remember what issue it is of Batman, but you know, it doesn't outright show or confirm that Jason knocked a criminal off a balcony, but I mean, it's pretty clear he knocked the criminal off the balcony to kill him. So you know, there's been precedents of it there. But man, these low scores are shocking to me. So, but I mean, you know, what do we expect from? Oh, I lost Drew. Drew,
hi. Yeah,
our internet's kicking our butts tonight.
I thought I had like a good hour and a half left on my America Online disc, but maybe I got to play my next one.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's been a little crazy. We might kind of slowly start wrapping things up. Is there any other book that you read from this past week that you want to cover real quick?
Let me go through my memory Rolodex of
Yeah, I'm about
what
to.
else.
Oh, so I guess we could quickly talk. Did you read Absolute Buttman?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
For
I
what it
hate the
is.
way Bane looks. He
Yes.
looks awful. And the stuff that I dislike about it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with Bane and the Bane story. I still hate how small Scott Snyder has made Gotham, with Bruce being friends with all these villains, and like for me, that just I don't have an interest in that. I get some people probably find that interesting, but I don't. So, did you read TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I did. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I love where it's going. I'm really digging what the art once again is lights out fantastic. I It's great seeing the brothers come back together, but it's great seeing now that okay, um, Donatello legitimately was not crazy. They're each hearing the rat. They're each hearing Splinter. You know, they each see like you know it may be a dead vessel, but no, Splinter's spirit is with them. They are hearing him. So they are slowly coming back together to take down this threat of the mayor. And you want to talk about a great moment in this? It was great seeing Donatello talk to the mayor, and where Donatello's pretty much like, "Yeah, I got you pegged. I know what's going on with you. I know what probably happened to you." And Mayor's like, "What? What are you talking about? That didn't happen to me. No, I don't know what you're talking about."
What? No, me? No. Yeah, I did not get it. I'm behind on that. I need to catch up on Ninja Turtles because I missed that issue from this past week. But man, Juan Ferreira's art, did he deliver art for this issue?
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Yeah. Guy's just killing it.
Yeah.
Something that I know you did read that I kind of want to bring up is Aquaman by Jeremy Adams. So I'm gonna say not the best issue, but still a perfectly fine issue.
Yeah, I mean, we had a fill-in artist, Michael Shelfer. Yeah, I think that's his name. He does a fine job. Does a fine job filling in.
Yeah, agreed.
But
I will say
so,
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I will say I noticed a difference, and that just is the unfortunate case of when you have fill-in artists, but not bad.
no, and you got these old gods who have been more or less brought back.
Oop, did I lose you again?
They may have appeared to have found a certain substance that can help take out those aquatic zombies. But the biggest shocker, I love that. I love that page. That's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
I love the last page of this. I'm just like, okay, bold strategy, Cotton. See if this pays off because let's just say, I think Josh, you can agree with me. Bringing in these characters or any of them hasn't exactly been the best. You know, they've tried. They tried to sell them over, but but you know what? Hey, in Jeremy Adams, I trust.
Yeah, I think he's gonna find something to do. And look, it's got to be better than what Mark Russell gave us, right?
Oh, anything can be anything.
I mean, I know that what was it, Thunder, that was giving people orgasms or whatever it was. Oh man, that was rough. That was such a rough book. Yeah, I was I was like, oh, okay, sure. But again, I will trust Jeremy Adams because he knows what he's doing. He knows how to have fun. So I'm curious to see where he takes this. But this was a surprise, and I'm not gonna say that it was a fantastic surprise. It was just a surprise. So yeah. But yeah, I think despite all that, it's still a wonderful book. I kind of wish that for the 6th issue they would have had Tim's on the art, just because 6 issues is going to be the trade, and I'm one of those that I would like to just have everything kind of the same. But hopefully we get him back next week and keep it going. And by the way, if if you're not reading this, please go give it a chance. I think there's a lot of potential for Jeremy Adams here with this book. There's a lot that he can do with it. We're seeing what he can do when he has a full world to work with Green Lantern, and he has that, chance here. But this book is not selling very well. So, anything you can do to go check it out, please go check it out, because it's a terrifically fun book, and there's a lot of kind of fresh things that he's doing with this that feel different and unique and kind of make it feel like its own. We've even talked about how, in a lot of ways, this could have been absolute Aquaman if they wanted it to be. But they've got it in the mainline continuity. So, who knows? But is there anything else we wanted to... Oh, did you read the latest news story arc of Batman Dark Patterns?
I did. I flippin' loved it. I love the issue. If there's one thing, well, I will say this. If there's one thing that this week that the Batman and Robin and Batman Dark Patterns had in common, it's the exploration of these dark corners, the underbelly of Gotham City. And I'm going to defer to Dan Waters on this, because I think he did a much better job exploring this dark underbelly of Gotham. It's more or less the Narrows from Batman Begins. You just see all these disheveled huts stacked on top of each other. There's no addresses, no mailboxes. People just live there. This whole underworld underneath Gotham, and it's visually creepy, and everyone is looking outside their windows at Batman. It is very, very creepy and unsettling. Gotham is once again a character. It has all these different unique aspects of it. We for the longest time we hadn't been getting that. It just looked like generic Future City, but now we're really seeing all these different dark, twisted, eerie subsections of Gotham, and I love it. And Daniel Waters has done a great job of making Gotham a creepy, unique character.
Yeah. This is him, and I feel like they call it the Rookery or something. I can't remember what they call this.
Yeah, sounds right. Yeah.
But yeah, this is like our first glimpse into it, and there's this guy just chilling out in his little hut. There's no context for him saying this. He just says it, but he tells Batman, "I'm eating a rat," and you're like, "Oh, okay." And then Batman kind of acknowledges him, but doesn't say anything, and then he repeats it. "Did you not hear me? I'm eating a rat." And Batman's like, "Oh, okay." But it really is a sign. Which, if you've ever lived in a city where there's homeless people and you've encountered homeless people, and just there's the way that something is just off, and it can be a little unsettling. That's what Dan Waters is going for here, and he accomplishes it. And this is just that first interaction. Like, you keep going, and what Drew was talking about, you got people in these windows just watching, and then whatever the hell is going on with them. But it's creepy. And there's one shot where it's Batman in the street looking up, and you just see nothing but windows. But this is a guy that's burned alive and put in a dryer or washing machine, one of the two. So really creepy stuff. It really kind of goes into the horror elements to a degree of, well, I wouldn't say necessarily horror, but the creepier side of the real world that we live in. And I loved this. This is exposition here, but I loved the way they did it, that it's Alfred remembering something in a book. He's sharing it, and it ties directly to the case. And it's great imagery in the background, but, I want to find that one page that I thought was amazing. And even this stuff, they're showing really great perspectives for these panels. But oh crap, where is it?
Yeah, so we gotta remind people, this is the same artist on Absolute Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
and if you didn't know that, I'm sure it just blew your mind, because this guy, he is nailing this series. He is fantastic on this Batman Dark Patterns run with Dan Waters.
Yep.
This is the cowboy I want to party with. I mean, this guy doing absolute Wonder Woman, he can screw off. I'm like, no, clearly your focus is here with Dan Waters, because this is where you're getting very creative.
Right. Yeah, this is the page that I was thinking of. That it just is honestly creepy when you're trying to do good in an area that desperately needs good, but doesn't accept it, rejects it, however you want to look at it. And
yeah,
then
he's like he's like the virus. I mean, Batman is like the virus in this town. He is the clean out. It's like it's rejecting him. It does not want him there.
Oh yeah. So, yet again, another fantastic issue for the series. I'm actually sad this is ending at 12 issues, because if they were going to keep delivering books of this quality, I know I would have been on board. And we've said before that this kind of has tinges of Legends of the Dark Knight. Yeah. And we need more of this in Batman lore. So
100%.
I'm going to take one final glance to see if there's anything major. I know we didn't talk about the new Avengers, but it was awful. Bucky's out of character. They want to bang him. Yeah.
It is laughably bad and unbelievably stupid. You have Bucky blow up a guy's gas station in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's like, what?
Yeah,
Bucky would never do this. This is the guy's just trying to make fucking money. He's trying to survive. He took away his livelihood. If anything, Bucky's the asshole.
Oh yeah. It was not good. But Sam Humphries is writing that, which I'm not gonna say he's my favorite writer, but other than when he did his Harley book, and I hated that because it was Harley Quinn. I don't think I've disliked anything I've read of his as much as I disliked this new Avengers book, because it felt so out of character for so many of the characters. And then other than that, the other kind of like releases that came out
was Geiger. Geiger was really good this week.
I have not read it yet. I am behind, whoops. Geiger's been pretty consistent though. Like,
in my opinion, it's only gotten better.
Yeah,
issues getting better, and it's just I was remarking to Wes just how, comparing this to when it initially kicked off like 2 or 3 years ago, it feels like a completely different series, because there's something about the first run I just couldn't click with. I'm like, everything just felt just mean-spirited, ugly, and dirty and nasty, and just couldn't really enjoy it. But here it's like, okay, I really feel like he's really trying to show some hope in this post-apocalyptic world, and I appreciate that.
Indeed. Other than that, the other releases that I can think of that came out were all your fake Geek Girl books. So you had Fire and Ice, which Supergirl, which is also and then you had the debut of Trinity. Oh yeah. Which
Slay!
I'd rather take, an axe to the face before I read that. So, whoops. But, yeah, I don't know, man. For the most part, though, a lot of good books. A relatively strong Batman week, because I feel like Absolute Batman wasn't as bad as it normally is, although I still have my issues with it. Robin and Batman was great. Dark Patterns was great. Batman and Robin is still quite good. So it's a lot of good bat this week, which it's been forever since I've been able to say that. So
yeah, I agree. I can't recall the last time so many bat titles were this damn good.
Yeah. Gonna wrap up with some of these comments, and then we'll go ahead and start closing out the night so we can stop fighting the sun with our internet issues, which is ironic because it's getting dark here. But no, I know how space works. I'm just being stupid. But we do have Valerie Cruz coming in with hello, guys. Hello, Val. So this is the Val from Dallas with Zeke and Val. But I'm late to the party, but I see I got in a perfect time. Batman and Robin. This comic looks amazing. I'll need to pick it up. Agreed. I love the art. We got a couple people commenting on that as well. So we got Gavin that popped in. What's up, Gavin? And love the art. Salty Traveling Sea, remarkable art style. Justin Nguyen, man, he's just good.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like for his Robin and Batman series, he's going straight from pencils to watercolors.
Yeah, yeah. And
Very
like
bold.
if you haven't read some of his other stuff, like it's
Little
I'm
Monsters. Him and Jeff Lemire on Little Monsters, that vampire story that they did
yep.
for Image,
It's
fantastic.
it's amazing because you could almost say his art style does look like it's targeted for some younger audiences in some ways, but he's able to do really dark stuff when he needs to. But Little Monsters, he had a run on a DC book called Streets of Gotham for a while. That was a ton of fun. Um, Clearly, he's got this that he's doing now, and yeah, good stuff. Really good stuff. And we also have Gavin coming in with I can't buy any book by Aaron after what he did to my boy Frank. I feel you, man. I feel you. So,
Jaffiel.
yeah, Jaffiel, man. Well, Drewski, to wrap up, is there anything else you can think of that you want to cover before we close out?
No. We
All right.
talked about all the good, and the predominantly really good, and some of the bad. But yeah.
Indeed. I will. My freaking mic muting on me. Is it Comic Con or is it Fan Expo? What is this weekend, Drew? Did I lose Drew?
Oh, can you hear me? Okay, yeah. It's a amazing Comic Con, Las Vegas Amazing Comic Con.
Gotcha.
It'll be at the Plaza Hotel.
And you're gonna have this kind of special. Take advantage of it while you're here to get this cover. Correct?
That is absolutely correct. Yeah, that's going to be a amazing Comic Con exclusive where I'm gonna have a special, unique QR code where you can only scan it there. That will take you to the campaign, but with through that code, you'll be the only ones to be able to select that cover. So this cover will be the rarest cover of the campaign. So outside of Las Vegas or asking Josh or I, pleading that you need this cover, you gotta either come to Vegas or ask either of us politely a lot that you need this, and then I could probably send you I'll have Josh or me send you the QR code. But the thing is, you got to have a Kickstarter profile. And to do that, you'll be able to. It won't be the first. It won't be the only option. You got to scroll down through the options. Then you'll see that cover.
Nice, very very nice. Gavin's coming in with that cover as well. It's a fantastic cover. So JC Grande, who did the Platt homage, that's in the campaign. So 2 covers by him, and they're both freaking fantastic. So kudos. And then if you missed the beginning, Drew was talking about that he's going to be with Murat Michaels and partnered at their booth. And there's a lot of other indie stuff that he's got coming out soon that just keep your eye out for it because it's going to be a fantastically fun, wild ride as all this other stuff starts coming out. Some of this I've known about and seen pages of going all the way back to over a year ago. So, because I remember you had sent the pages for the stuff that Andre Lunatic's working on before we did Vegas last year. Because I think that's included in what's coming up for you guys, right? Through Murat. Oh, lost him. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and wrap up tonight because we are fighting with the sun for our internet, and it's a bummer. But I will say thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. After the video, make sure you go comment in the comment section. Let us know how right or wrong we are with some of our opinions. And I'm going to take the doggies out for a walk, get a drink of water. Oh, Drewski's back. I was just
internet
doing the final
tonight
wrap up.
is terrible.
It is. It's the freaking sun, man. What do we need the sun for? God. Yeah, it's okay. We're wrapping up anyways. So Salty's like, you're not the boss of me, Josh. I know, man. I know. I'm sorry. But yeah, I was just gonna say, make sure that if you're in Vegas, go see Drewski. I'm gonna go watch that video, Corey. Don't worry. I'm gonna walk the dogs, get a little drink so I can. I've been talking all day, and my throat's like my voice is done. So I'm gonna get a little.
Yeah. So real quick, Salty, if you're not going to be at Vegas, DM Josh, and I think Josh has the link. If not, I can send it to him again to send to you. But make sure. But reminder: this is a secret QR code. Do not share it.
Yep. Yeah. So I've got to test the QR code. I'll test it, make sure it works, and then if we're good, I'll make sure I get it to some select people. Just let me know. But okay, Salty, I see that you DM me. So yeah, let me just test it, make sure everything's good, and then we'll go from there. And yes, tell Ezekiel we said hello. We saw his comment at the beginning, and we shouted him out. So glad to see you guys here. But yes, as I was saying, I'm gonna get some fluids here so I can have a little bit of a voice, and I'm gonna go watch that video from Wes, and I'll record myself watching it and put it out there. But until then, we will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, it's been a ton of fun to go over these books weekly and just kind of talk comics. And it's nice on my end because I don't really have to prepare anything. I just go to these websites and flip through when they cooperate. But yeah, we will see you. So Thursday, Drew will not be here because he will be at the convention. And I will partner with him to see what we want to do. We can pick up Tuesday again next week, or I might go solo. I'm going to partner with him and see what he wants to do for this week's comics. But yeah, we will see you guys with something somehow on Thursday. It might just be my reaction video to Wes's video. But there will be something for you guys on Thursday. Until then, love, peace, chicken grease. 120 people are watching right now. Come hit the like button on YouTube.
Wow.
And subscribe. And we will see you guys soon. So good night, all.
Back to Kickstarter.